Oh, hey, Mystical, how you doing? Hey, Claudia. Hey, Lucky. Finally got my electricity back today. About fucking time. Had a long talk with the electricity guys. We had a nice little chat. Hey, Paris, how you doing? I've been running on generator power for 3 days, and it's not the same. And the reason I didn't come live late, because my neighbor has his generator on, and it's so loud that you guys would hear it on the live, and it'll aggravate the living shit out of me like it did for the past 2 days. So there's been a lot of complaining, bitching, moaning. And then these guys came here this morning and they spoke to me and a couple of the neighbors, and they said that the idiots that came here last night didn't know anything about what they were doing. They read the fuse or some bullshit. Then um they changed the fuse, and the fuse wasn't really registering, and all this bullshit excuses they gave me. And then they told the first guy told me that the junction box that we have outside in our yard, that was the problem because it's outdated. And I looked at him, I said, he doesn't know he's talking to me, but I didn't even say anything. I just looked away from him. I'm like, yeah, bro, just do what you gotta do, man. Just do what you gotta do, you know? That's all I kept telling him. Just do what you gotta do. He says, yeah, we're gonna have to chop this out and you might be without power a couple more days. And I just looked at my neighbor. I'm like, you can tell this jackass doesn't know his ass from a hole in the ground. And I was like, this guy is so dumb. I don't know how you work for this company. So anyway, long story short, it was nothing to do with the box, just like I said, because I know that it's nothing to do with that box that's in our yard, the transformer thing. It's down the hill and it's probably in those other boxes that feed us. Duh. It happens every time. I've been living here for 16 years. Ain't nobody gonna tell me no different. I know how it goes. It's happened a million times. And we told those jackasses last night that the fuse is probably going in one of those boxes. And they kept telling us, no, it's not that, it's not that. Nah, nah, nah. So then these guys came, and within they got here at like probably 9:30 this morning. And by 12:30, they were done. Fixed the switch, hooked up some wires, bang, all done. And the guy apologized to me like twice, shook my hand. He says, look, man, I'm not even gonna like say anything because the people that were here, they didn't know what the fuck they were doing. I apologize on behalf of the company, and I'm like, look, man, I know how it is because people are dumb. They don't even know how to do their own job. They're stupid and they don't care, see? They don't care about this neighborhood and the people that's in it. They're not going to try their hardest to figure out a troubleshoot a problem. They want shit to be just, oh yeah, look, it's okay. Yeah. Oh look, it's all done. Troubleshooting that, no way. People can't do that. Bunch of Timu ass electricians. Meanwhile, I told them what the deal was because I live here. He goes, oh, you live here in this house? I say, yes. I said, it's not this box, I can guarantee you. Oh, well, yeah, I'm telling you it is the box because it's outdated. I said, where's the fucking expiry date? That's what I wanted to tell him. I didn't even argue with him because I knew I was talking to a jackass. And then my neighbor, his brother-in-law, worked for the electrical company and does electrical work for like 30 years, and he's older than me, right? He's probably like, maybe 57, 58, something like that. And he told my neighbor the exact same thing that I said. And my neighbor said, "Look, my brother-in-law told me this, the same thing. He said it ain't that box." I said, "I know it's not that box. That box ain't nothing to do with the problem. That's just a feed. It goes to that box. It goes to you, to me, the other guy, and the other guy. That's it. It feeds four people. That's it. Don't tell me I know, because I'm seeing it already. I know how it works, you know? And this idiot, the guy that told me that it was the box in my yard, he's older than me. And he still don't know. He still don't have a clue. And I didn't even complain about him or say anything to him. I just laughed and laughed to myself. I said, these guys are so dumb. I don't know how these people got a job. And then you wonder why a foreigner comes here and takes over your job because your dumb ass don't know your ass from the hole in the ground. You're a fucking idiot. And the guy said, look, this could have been done last night, but these guys just, he says, look, man, I don't even want to get into it, but I want to apologize. And I'm like, look, man, you don't have to apologize. I know how it is, bro. I've been doing this shit forever. A lot of people think they know, but they don't know shit. And my neighbor told him, you should check the fuses. And I said, well, we told them, but they don't want to listen. Because usually, when the main line's out, it's the main fuse that's gone. But instead of like just trying it, no way. Fuck that. That'd make too much sense. And they were down here for like 5, 6 hours last night, and they still didn't figure it out. These guys come within 2 hours, they're done, finished. But it feels so good to be back on main power because I'm so tired of listening to that generator. But I went outside just now. It's pouring rain out here. Right after they fixed it, it was like Spirit and God just took over the whole day. They fixed our electricity, and then right after that, it started pouring. And I was like, look at that shit. Like 1 o'clock in the afternoon, it just the heavens just opened and it poured. And I was like, look at that shit. They just left here 20 minutes ago. And it's been raining since 1 o'clock and it's 7:30 here. And it's been still raining. I just came from dropping my nephew off at a party. So I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. I said, we guys got away with that really. We were cutting it close. It was like God said, look, Mark, I ain't gonna let you suffer no more. You can have your power back now. And it's always because of everybody else that we lose power. So the guy told me the reason why we really lost power is because the overgrown vegetation, trees that are around the corner. And I said, well, you guys can't do anything about that. And he's like, no. He said, it's private property. They can have their trees however they want. And I said, but they're losing power too. He goes, yeah, I know. That's the sad part is they don't care. And I'm like, well, they're gonna fucking care. So he goes, what do you mean? I said, I'm gonna knock on their fucking door. I said, tomorrow I'm gonna go knock on their door. I don't care if I'm going in private property or not. Call the police. I don't care. I'll tell the police, look, I'm here to tell this clown that he has to fucking cut these trees or else I'm gonna cut them myself. So it's either you cut them or I'm gonna cut them or I'm gonna fucking threaten you and slap the shit out of you. You take the deal. Nah, I'm just teasing. I ain't gonna do that. I don't wanna feel like going to jail. But that's what I feel like doing. I swear, man, people are so ignorant and they just don't care. Like the trees that are in your yard are the reason we lost electricity and you lost electricity too. So don't you think like, hey, let me, get somebody to cut these trees? I swear. That's why the world is the way it is. Everybody suffers for everybody else's bullshit. And it's always that one person that you have to deal with that you feel like beating the shit out of, but you can't because you know you're gonna go to jail or you know you can get in trouble. And I told the guy, what if I cut the trees? He goes, well, you're gonna get in trouble. I said, I know I'm gonna get in trouble. But too bad the hurricane don't break the tree in half and get rid of it. Like I'm seriously getting fed up, man. It's like every single year it happens. Like we lose electricity and we take so long to get back online. And it's like, why? Oh, these people's trees. It's just this one person's got their trees like overhanging. And they cut them like about a month ago. They cut some of the trees, some. But see, they didn't cut it far back enough. So when it's windy, the trees go back towards the lines and hit it. And then, it breaks the fuse and all that type of shit. And we lose electricity. And then half my neighborhood had electricity and the other half didn't. And of course, it was my half that didn't. 19,000 people lost electricity. And today, there was 170 people left. And guess who was one of them? Me. And it happens every single time. It's like the they neglect us every time. And I told the guy, I said, why are we always last? He goes, because those trees, because we can't cut them. So we're waiting for them to cut them and then we'll come deal with the lines. I'm like, you gotta fuck kidding me. The city comes and cut it. Owners have no say because it's a hazard. Yeah, see? But here, there's a law that you can't go into private property and cut somebody's trees. It's a law here, right? Because, like, people like me will go in his yard and cut his shit, and I won't feel no way about it. If I can get away with it, I'll be doing it. I would honestly do. I would have been done because I have a chainsaw, and I will go cut that shit right down to the bottom to the root. But see, we'll get in trouble. Hey, Barb, have a good dinner. Hey, Virgo, how you doing, sweetie? You good? Yeah. So that's the thing. They can't cut the trees. It's nothing to do with them. It's private property. So we can get in trouble if we cut their trees. But I wish we could. I really do. But I think it's time that I pay them a visit. I think I'm going to go there tomorrow. I'm going to go over there on my bike and I'm going to ride up to the hill, and I'm going to say, hey, can I talk to you? I want to talk to you very kindly. I want to negotiate with you, and I need to talk to you about these fucking trees. Yeah? And I'm going to try and keep my cool and say, hey, look, we're losing power. Balco's, I mean, the place here is called Balco, Bermuda Electric Light Company. And I'm going to say, hey, look, these people tell us that it's your fault that we lose electricity. And it is, because you can see the trees right here. So what are you going to do about it? You need to do something about it now, like today. Not next year, not next week. Call the damn people and get this shit done. You people are billionaires. So make it fucking happen. I know you people's got money. Hey Dan, how you doing, bro? Canada? All my Canadian friends here in Bermuda were mad because the Toronto Blue Jays lost. I was mad too because I wanted them to win because I hate LA. But oh well, it's life. Shit happens. But yeah, that's the situation here. We can't. They have to get like you have to get permission to cut the trees, and then you got it. The people that own the property have to cut the trees, and like it's like bullshit, man. Yeah, Dan, I just got my electricity back today at 12:30, so I'm back on electrical power, not generator power. Now I don't have to listen to no generators tonight. It's a blessing. Finally, 2.5 days of generator noise. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Yeah, even then, Paris, even then, they're not allowed to cut it. And if they do cut it, right? then, or they'll call the person and say, we have to cut your trees. And what they do, they cut them and they leave them in their yard. They don't take them away with them. They just cut it and leave it there. So that the electrical company here, they do cut the trees sometimes, right? Just to put the main line on. But they just cut it just by the line. They don't cut it back like they're supposed to. Because those trees are technically supposed to be 10 feet off the boundary. But what it is, they let it grow and grow and grow, and then the vegetation stays there, and then we lose our power. It happens all over the island. It's a disgrace. Yeah. So I saw these guys cut some trees, and they left it right on the side of the road, right on the person's property, as if to say, "F you." But it's a big problem here, and it's always the millionaires too. I think it's time that I tell every millionaire in the world, especially in Bermuda, that you're not taking your money with you. I hope you know that. Because my dad died 3 weeks ago, and he didn't take anything with him. And now I know that that story's true. You understand? So if you're a millionaire and you're a tight ass and you don't want to spend money on things you need to spend on, like your fucking trees, and cut them so they won't go into the power lines and our power won't go out, I just want to let you know you're not going to take that money with you, dumbass. Spend the money, cut the fucking trees, and then we won't lose power. Like, how hard is that? I don't understand. And once you cut it, you will never have to cut it anymore for years because it ain't going to grow back that fast. So annoying, man. And one thing about me, I will go get my chainsaw and I'll cut that shit one time. Give me like an hour and a half, 2 hours, I'll cut all that shit. I do it. I'm gonna even offer them to do it. I'm gonna say, look, I'll cut it for you. Want me to cut it for you? I got a chainsaw. I'll rip that bitch apart. I'll rip all them trees off. Leave them all over your yard too. You can call the truck, come get them. I'll do it for free. Just so I don't have to worry about it. So fucking annoying, man. So annoying. It's like beyond annoying, man. I don't understand why people dwell so much on like all the money they have. And like, you mean to tell me you can't spend a couple $1,000s on cutting all those trees? You wouldn't have to spend a lot of money if you maintain it from the beginning. Why you let them trees grow so big? You dumbass. Anyway, fuck those people. I'm glad I'm back online. As you can hear, there's no generators in the background. It's very annoying. But when I pulled up to the yard just now, I can hear a generator in the distance. Somebody still doesn't have power. Actually, let me check that real quick. Let me check the outage map. Because earlier it was 150 some people still without power, which is mind boggling to me. This fucking island's pathetic. Oh, holy shit. There's 528 people without power. Oh, good. There's only 8 people in my area. Shit, it went up. In the city, 400 people lost power. Oh, thank God. My mom's ghetto parish, everybody's got power. And where I live is 8 people without power. That's probably the generator that I heard. And then there's 440 something people in the city that don't have power. Something must have blew. Something bad happened. Anyway, not my problem. I got my shit back. Nah, she doesn't want one, Paris. We actually told her we were gonna get her one. I said, Mom, I'm gonna get you a cat. No way. I don't want no cat. No, I can't sleep now. And then if I get a cat, the cat's gonna aggravate me. Look, I just need to be left alone. And she was up here pretty much for a couple hours here today. My sister and my nephews went to church with her because the church service was in memory of my dad. I couldn't go because I had to wait for these jackasses to come up here, and So my mom came here for dinner, and then my sister just took her home just now. She was up here for a while. She was up here for a couple hours, and she's okay. She's still like, feeding the blues. It's not easy when you're with somebody for 60 years and you lose them. It's not easy at all. I feel bad for her, but we're trying our best to make her happy. I made her laugh a few times today, so I keep her mind off of everything. But she keeps talking about my dad again, and I take her mind off my try to take her mind off my dad. But it's very hard. It's hard to not have him around. It still doesn't feel real to me sometimes. Sometimes like I think that like he's in a coma or something. He's gonna come out and he's gonna be alive again, but it's fucked up. But you know, I can deal with it, and I am dealing with it. And a lot of people have been teasing me lately because they said, "Oh, now he knows you're a medium. He's gonna come talk to you." I said, "Well, he's come to me like 4 or 5 times already, but it's just to keep telling me to like deal with my mom and to be good and you know, like he always tells me." And he showed me him with his friend the other day. So that's about it, like, But I tell him to please stay at the house with my mom, make sure she's okay. But, she's all right so far, but it's still very hard for her, obviously. It ain't gonna, like, go away. Yeah, get her 2 cats, yeah. And then if something happens, it's gonna be on me, Dan. They'll say, if I get her a cat, right? Whoever gets her a cat, or if I were to get her a cat and something happened to her, like, she fell or something happened or the cat fucked up something or the cat died by doing something stupid or something, it'll be all my fault. That's why I asked my mom, I said, "Oh, my friends tell me you should get a cat." "No way." She said, "No way," right away. She's like, "No way. I don't want a cat." I'm like, oh my God. I'm like, all right, I'm just joking. Don't calm down. But she might get one eventually. It's too early. It's too early. My dad just passed away 3 weeks ago, so it's gonna take her a while to be back to normal somewhat. You know. She takes death very, very bad. Like when her cats died in the past, she would be crying like for a whole month and shit. And then on the anniversary of the death of the cat, she'd be crying again. I'm like, oh my God, it's a fucking cat. Like okay, like it's not a person. "Oh, wait, it was my cat." She's all dramatic. She's a dramatic Capricorn, so it's gonna take a while for her to like make the adjustment and the realization that it's not gonna happen. Cause she said she fell asleep on the couch and then she woke up and then didn't see my dad and was wondering where he was. And then she realized that, obviously, he's not there. So she said she had a meltdown. And I'm like, oh God. But everybody's pitching in, which is good. Like all of her, my siblings are like calling her every day, asking if she needs anything, spending time with her. But it's sad that my dad had to die in order for everybody to come together to help my mom. Meanwhile, I'm the one that's been doing it. But my youngest sister, she helps a lot, even though she has a busy life. She helps a lot. But my other sister, she could care less. And my brother, he's been going down there like every day, trying to help my mom and hang out with her and watch soap operas and shit. But he goes down there to see if he can get free food. Meanwhile, I went down there yesterday with my nephew and ate pizza and chicken wings and left her the rest of the chicken and pizza wing and she ate it for her lunch today. So I always make sure she's got everything she needs. And my sister took her grocery shopping today. And we bring her here for dinner. So we always do our part. even when my dad was alive, they would come up here on Sundays and stuff. Like at least twice a month, they would come up here and eat with us. My dad was here more often because he would come here all the time and see me and watch football, right? Or he'll drive here and I'll drive him to the city to his doctor's appointments, his haircuts, whatever he had to do. I would take him because he don't want to drive in the city. It's too hectic. But from his house to my house, he would drive the car, and then I would take over from then because he can't park or shit. So I had to park the car. I had to, get the parking meter and all that bullshit. So I used to help him out all the time. I'm taking my mom to her hair appointment on Wednesday. So yeah, it's Mark always to the rescue. Mark has to do this. Mark has to do that. But Paris, if my mom finds a cat, she'll probably take it on. But but she doesn't want a cat. But she'll feed. Yeah, if she finds a cat around there, she'll feed him and take him in. That's the only time. That's the only reason why that she had cats because stray cats will come there, and then she'll start taking the cat on. But and now Diamond, she has like a rash on her back. I don't know what it is, but it's like a little red rash. It's like about I don't know. It's not that big. So I put some rash cream on it today. But I touched it and put the cream on, and she didn't say anything. So I guess it doesn't hurt her. It just must be like a rash there. It looks like a heat rash, but I don't know what it is. But it's not that bad. Yeah, I'm sure she'll get one. Cause every now and then a stray cat shows up there and she takes it in and starts, feeding it and call it some name, and the next thing you know, it's hers. But right now it's too early. Like she's still getting over everything. But I'm sure, like, by the end of the year or going into next year when things will start to, seem a bit better, I'm sure it should be all right. Should be okay. I'm not really worried about it like I used to be. In the beginning, I like about a week ago, she was still like pretty fucked up, but she's okay. She's a lot better now. She's talking more. Like I said, I try to keep her mind away, and I tell my nephews to go there and see her, and it means a lot for her to see like her family now. So, but some do, some don't. But she loves my two nephews that I have next door. They're the ones that care about her the most. They're the youngest, right? So she's cool though. She's all right now. She has everything she needs. She still hasn't slept in her bed ever since my dad passed away. She says she doesn't want to even be in her room or sleep in there. So I'm like, oh boy, here we go. So she's sleeping in my old bedroom, in my old bed. And she says she likes sleeping in there because it's less noise. Because my bedroom's over the opposite side of the house where there's less noise to deal with. But like where her bedroom is right where like a lot more traffic and stuff and more noise and shit. So anyway, she's alright though. She'll be okay. She's a tough lady. She's been through a lot. I feel bad for her, but I don't want to keep like, making her feel that way. I'd rather cheer her up and make her laugh and buy things for her to make her happy and, talk about good things. But it ain't easy. She lost her whole family. She lost all her siblings in the last 7 years. She lost one of her best friends last year. It's tough, man. It's tough. And then she loses my dad this year. So, but I keep trying to tell her like the positive things, like that he's there in spirit with her, and she's like, "Oh, it's not the same." And then, and then I tell her, like, look, that could have been a lot worse. Would you rather see him suffer more than he already did? So I'm like trying to tell her that, it's the best case scenario for that. Because me and her always say, people get karma, you pay here before you go to hell, right? Or if you end up not paying and going straight to hell, or you end up getting karma before you leave, so people can enjoy the karma that you deserve. But see, my dad, he's not a bad, he never was he was a pain in the ass, but he never did anybody wrong. I never seen him argue with anybody, and, he's not like me. He's more like quiet and humble, and he don't want no problems. He'll walk away from an argument. Like, he'll just pay you no mind. Like, he's like, fuck you, like, whatever. Talk to yourself, you know? But, nobody, I've never heard anybody say anything bad about him. So that's why he didn't really get karma. I mean, I know he was suffering, from his old age and his sickness and his stuff like that, but at the end of the day, you know, he he passed away from a heart attack, and he just went, and that's it. He didn't have to suffer anymore. So I'd rather that happen to him than, go to a hospital or a home and shit and wear diapers and all that shit, man. Fuck that. I don't want to see my dad like that. That'll crush me. It's bad enough I saw him, the way I did. So I know a lot of people can tell me stories about how their family members died, and I know that they died a lot worse than that. So I'll take a quick death over a long-term bad death. And nowadays, dementia is like a big thing, and people like don't even recognize their own children and shit. That shit right there would like make me go crazy. I couldn't handle like my mom or my dad having dementia and saying, "Who are you?" I'll be like, "Fuck, I'm not coming here no more. I don't even want to see him no more. I'm not even gonna try and convince him I'm their son." You know how bad, you know how hard that is. Anybody who suffers that, I feel so sorry for him. You know, that's fucked up. And I don't. I'm glad I never saw my dad like that. So I'll take his death the way it is over any other situation. So it's all good. We're all gonna be all right. We all gotta go sometime. But one thing I can promise, I'll take care of Mumps. She'll be all right. I'm not really worried about us like I'm not really worried about her like I used to be. I know she can handle it. I'm gonna go see her tomorrow again. I'll hang out with her every day as much as I can. If the weather's better, which I don't know if it is or not, it might rain, it might not. But if it's raining, I'll go down there anyway and just hang out with her and just chill. That's all. No big deal. It's so quiet now. It's crazy. I don't hear no generators. All I hear is the rain. Thank you, Jesus. Thank God. Thank God I ain't gotta deal with that shit. Hell yeah. No more noise. Eat me. Oh, hey, Joey. Yeah, it's all gone. I just got my power back today. At 12:30, I got my power back. So I'm not on generator no more. And I had a walnut brownie yesterday. One for you and one for me. 3 days. It's been gone for 3 days almost. Yeah, my mom, she made walnut brownies because she said she felt like eating them. So I was like, yeah, sure, mom. Make 'em. I'll take 'em. They were so good. Now that I have regular power back, I can do some more groceries tomorrow. Yeah, I'm alright. I'm tired because I had to listen to my neighbor's generator all loud as shit for the past 3 nights, and it's been so freaking annoying. Oh my god, man. It's so annoying to listen to that generator all day. That shit's in my brain. I feel like I still hear it. Our generator, it just goes. You just hear it like humming. He's got one of those shitty generators over here, and it's like, oh my god, everybody's like, what the fuck? And he's such an asshole. Like he leaves it running until 12:30 in the morning, and then he shuts it off. He shuts it off and turns it back on at 6 in the morning. And I'm like, when did this guy go to sleep? Like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, you really have to turn on your generator at 6 o'clock in the morning? Like, you think nobody around here ain't want to sleep on a Sunday, bro? So I beg God today. I said, please, God, please let me get electricity today. I feel like a damn zombie. I ain't got no sleep since the damn hurricane. Please. I even pull cards on it. And I don't even like to pull cards on things like that. So I pulled some cards yesterday. I even asked Marley yesterday, and we both got a no. So this morning I got up and I asked Spirit about it. I went to the card. I said, are we going to get power today? And they said, yes. And I was like, yes, good. Thank you, Jesus. So Spirit was right, finally, for me. When I ask things about myself, sometimes they don't let me know, but I said, please just give me the damn answer. Are we going to get power today? And they said, yes. So I was like, thank God. And we did. And I thanked God a million times. And now it's pouring rain. We got our power back at 12:30, and at 1 o'clock it started pouring. And it's been raining ever since. Nonstop. Oh yeah, hell yeah, I'm gonna sleep tonight. Got my AC on. I didn't sleep with my AC last night because we had like 35% left of propane, and they don't deliver on Sundays. But they're coming tomorrow. They'll probably be here in the morning tomorrow to deliver the fuel. And I said to myself, I said, yeah, I told my sister, you might as well order the fuel because we only have 25% left now. So then she ordered it for tomorrow morning. But thank God the electricity came on because if that generator was still on, it'll probably be on like 10% right now. And the more things you use, the more fuel it uses. So that's why I didn't sleep with the AC on last night. I just slept with the fan and it was fine. It wasn't that hot. But today I got as soon as that power came on, I turned my AC on full blast. I was like, hell yeah, I'm gonna sleep like a baby tonight. So yeah, life is back to normal now. Thank God. I hope so. It goes right up until the end of this month. Hurricane season starts June 1st to November 30th. So there's still technically a couple months, I mean, a couple weeks left, but there's nothing for the next 7 days. There's no storms, they said. There's nothing even brewing, nothing. So they can look like into a whole week, but that's about it. But yeah. I just hope that we don't get nothing else. We already had our share this year. We've had too many. I feel like everything I talk about on here is about fucking hurricanes. It's so annoying. So hopefully we don't get any more. That's it. Just leave me alone already. Like we've had our share, like just go away. And then I spoke to this Jamaican guy today, and he says that he thinks that hurricanes are man-made. And I said, well, I don't know how to answer that to be honest, but I said I don't really think so, me personally. And he was like telling me all the conspiracies and what he believes and stuff. And I was like, well, you're saying that Jamaica found oil and, they're gonna like, that's why they destroyed it and tried it and they did. I said, well, why would they destroy a place they can benefit off of? And then he didn't really answer me. He says, oh, because somebody's gonna like benefit off the area, so that's why they wiped it out. And I'm like, well, that's still those people's property. And then I said, look, I don't believe that. Me personally, I don't believe it, but anything's possible. So I told him, I said, well, look at Bermuda for an instance. We've gotten hit tons of times, and Bermuda has no resources. What the fuck are we gonna give you? Pink sand? A vacation? Some onions? Some potatoes from our man, we can't even supply our own country, let alone someone else. We're too small. There's no resources here. There's no oil. There's nothing. What are you gonna get out of Bermuda? So then he goes, yeah, I see what you mean. I'm like, exactly. Well, what are we getting? So why are all these hurricanes coming here? So if it was man-made, then why the hell is it coming here for? We ain't got nothing to give you. What are you gonna do? Benefit off an island that's 24 miles long? 64,000 people. What the hell are you getting from us? Nothing. We have nothing to give you. We import everything. We have nothing here. Nothing for you. Unless you want some rum. Some rum swizzle. Make you drunk. Shit, we ain't even got drugs. It's all imported. So why is it coming here for? You see what I mean? I just don't believe those type of things, to be honest. I don't believe that. Because whoever's in power of those storms, right? Then why don't you like go to the places that are the most corrupt in the world? I just think that, one of the most like disgusting places on earth, right? Full of diseases, drugs, and hoes. No, nothing. No hurricanes go there. So why you don't send a hurricane there? You don't. There's no hurricane there. So there you go. That's why I don't believe those things. I think a hurricane gets formed. It goes wherever it wants. You know. And if it was man-made, then why hasn't somebody figured out wherever it goes to get rid of it? Like the counteraction of it. So that's something that I don't really believe too much. Hurricanes are, well, there was two guys here from Missouri that came to help with the electrical damage, right? Because they work for the same Canadian company called Liberty. There's a Canadian company called Liberty, and they are huge, and they supply energy, and they have a lot of electricians, and they have a big company that owns Bermuda's electrical system and company, and they provide workers to go all over the world during natural disasters. So these two guys from Missouri came here, and he says, "Man, you guys got a beautiful island." I said, "Yeah, it's a beautiful island. You see where I live? It's beautiful. You can see the ocean, right? But when a hurricane comes here, you regret living here. You regret even buying this house. You regret like being here for this couple hours or this couple days that you lose electricity for weeks. And I said, look, I've been here my whole life and I've been up this house for 16 years and we've gotten at least 10 hurricanes in the last 16 years up here and it ain't been fun. I actually regret living here sometimes. I want to go somewhere else where the hurricanes don't really damage us like it does here. You know, I said, look at us now. Look, we're in a neighborhood that's very bad. It's like the wind is very bad up here. The hurricanes they come through here. It's like double the wind. And elevate higher elevation places like us, we're gonna suffer more. I said, look at Jamaica in the mountains. It was 200 mile an hour plus. So anybody who was up in them mountains, they're dead, straight up. And up here, if we didn't have these type of houses, concrete houses, we'd be dead too. We'd be just like Jamaica and everywhere else. That's why ain't no hurricane knocking down these houses. They're too big. They're too solid. Bermuda houses are like, hurricane proof. I've never, in all my years of being here, I've never seen a house flatten here in Bermuda. Never. The roofs will go. The roofs sometimes go. Or it depends on how old your roof is, or how old, or how well built, or how exposed you are to the actual, um, water or to wind. So this house has been here for 30 years and it's never been like damaged by a hurricane. At least not in the last 16 years we've had it. So, and my neighbor said that a piece of his roof came off one time, and that's it. And he has the oldest house here. He said only once did his roof like get damaged. But the problem here is there's a lot of trees, and the trees are all over the place, and the trees go to the power lines, and the salt air goes all over those power lines and trips them. That's what the guy was telling me today. Our biggest problem here is salt air. Like the ocean gets dragged into the air. The salt water goes into the air and goes all over the lines and corrodes them and fucks them up. So it's just the way it is. You can't get away from it. But where my mom lives, right? It's in like a my mom's house is the best place to live during a hurricane. It's the absolute best place because my mom is in the middle. My mom's house is in the middle, and there's all these houses around her, and they're all taller than us, and they all look down on my mom's house. No one isn't. No one. My mom has no exposed areas where there our house is, where my mom and dad's house is. So they're blocked by the wind. So the only way my mom's house would get messed up is if a tornado came there, which is highly unlikely, but always possible, right? But that house has been there for 100 years, and it ain't never been since we've had it. My mom and dad's been living there for like uh they got it right after I was right before I was born, so they've been there for 50 years. And I was living there all this time. The house has always been good. Because the house next to my mom, they built a two-story house right next to it. So they blocked more wind from us. So if anything, if there's ever like a really, really bad hurricane here in Bermuda, I would completely board up this house and I would leave and I'll go to my mom's. Because I know I'll be safer at my mom's house than I'll be safer here. That's for sure. Hell no. I am not staying here during the Category 5 hurricane. You must be out of your fucking mind. I'm boarding up this thing. I'm going. I'm unplugging everything, and I'm out of here. I'm taking Diamond in the van. Take all my personal belongings that I need, and that's it. I'll leave everything here. I won't even care. I'll be like, bye. I'm going straight to my mom's. Where you going? I'm gonna go to mom's. I'm safer there than anywhere else in the island. I'm not staying here. No way in hell. Never, no. We've never had a Cat 5 here. We've had a Cat 3, almost 4. But the Cat 4 hurricane that came for us, it died down before it got here. See, Bermuda has a lot of like reefs. So the reefs destroy the hurricane before it gets here. Because the hurricane's in the water, right? It forms in the water. So when it's going through those reefs before it gets to us, it breaks down and it can't handle being in the reefs. So that's why they said on the news plenty of times that Bermuda is highly unlikely to get a Cat 5 ever. And we're more north, right? So we're in line with Boston and like those other places. So we're up farther. So the water is always going to be a little bit cooler. So it'll never be like a big Cat 5 right there. It won't happen. It was just like that storm Umberto that came to us. It was a Cat 5. And as it got closer and closer and closer to Bermuda, and went in between Bermuda and the United States, it ended up being a category 2, category 3, going into 2. But it died as it came up. It was just like this hurricane that just passed. It died as it came to us. It got lower and lower and lower because of the reefs and stuff, and because of where Bermuda is located. It's highly unlikely to happen. It's not impossible, but it's highly unlikely. But the worst hurricane we ever had was a Hurricane Fabian. It was 140-mile-an-hour winds, and it destroyed a lot of things. But it was more waves than wind, like because the waves came from the north. So when the waves come from the north, 20 to 30-foot waves on the north, right? And then when you get the tail end on the south, it like if the hurricane is really really strong, it'll go over those reefs, no problem. See, but it has to have that momentum type of thing. And all depends if it comes from the left, the east, the west, the north, the south. Depending on how it comes, it approaches Bermuda, it'll get us in a way where it's just the way it is. So I remember how Hurricane Fabian came towards Bermuda, hit us dead on, right in the middle. So it didn't go on the left, it didn't go on the right, it came right from the south, and it destroyed everything here. It was a lot of damage, and we didn't have power for weeks. Weeks. Some places didn't have power for a whole month and a half. That was probably the worst I've ever seen Bermuda in my life. That was back in 2003. So that was probably the strongest storm we've had on record. And here we are in 2020, 2025. So we haven't had one like that ever since. It's very highly unlikely, which is great. I'm glad. But it's never impossible. And I hope to God that we never do have anything like that again. But thank God we live in a place with, beautiful houses and well built houses. So, and nobody dies here from hurricanes. So that's the blessing that we have here. And the Weather Channel always talks great about Bermuda and how well equipped and how we can handle hurricanes, which is true. And Bermuda is so small that the hurricane just passes by here like within a couple hours and it's like bye. It's like see you later. Nice knowing you guys. Like the last hurricane came here within 3 hours, it was finished. It was gone. I was like, oh, that's it. Cool. Thank God. Yeah, our roofing water system is one of a kind. But because we live on an island, there's only well water, and well water is not really drinkable like that. It's drinkable, but it's we have an osmosis system here, which I was a part of. I hooked up the electrical to it with my friend years ago. Like 25 years ago, Bermuda introduced its first osmosis system where we changed the well water into fresh water. And that shit was loud as hell. I never forget, I was there for like maybe 3 or 4 months. I was there doing all the electrical for it, piping it, bringing the electrical over, hooking up all the shit. Days and days. We spent the night there many times in our vehicles, sleeping on the floor. I made good money though doing that job. It was nice. Paid for my car back in the day, my first car. Paid for my rent, paid my bills. I bust my ass a lot when I was young, but I can't do it no more. I'm getting too old for that shit. Well, the thing is, there's the thing is you can have the roofing design all you want, but underneath the house you have to have a storage tank to store the water. So in order to have a roof like ours, you have to have a tank for it to go in, and that's underneath the house. See, when you buy a piece of land, you have to dig the foundation into a you have to dig a tank out. So you have to dig out the tank, and a tank you can make it as big as the house, like the circumference of the house. Like our tank right here is ridiculously big. It's like 20 feet deep and 30 feet wide by 30 feet with like in length and width. It's 20 feet deep and 30 width and length. So it's huge. It takes at least probably 9,000 to 10,000 gallons of water. And that's like no exaggeration. It can take that much full. And right now it's full because of all the rain we've gotten. Yeah, here we have like the pumps that pump the water. So we never really run out of water here. The only way we run out of water is if it doesn't rain for like 2 months, which is highly unlikely. We've never really had like a drought here where like everybody's tank is dry. I would say back in what's it, 2025? I would say maybe 2018. I would say like 7 years ago. It was probably 2017, 2018, I believe. We had a drought of like 6 weeks with no hardly any rain, and people were buying water. And I never forget, it was in December, right? And it started pouring for like a whole week straight, where there was no wind, and it was like we call it liquid gold tank water. And it rained and it rained and it filled everybody's tank up. So we never got to really buy water. We had it like on the like we had probably like 3 or 4 feet of water left, and we were like conserving, and then next thing you know, it poured for like 3 or 4 days straight. I'll never forget that. And everybody's like, "Thank you, God. We didn't have to buy water. Oh my God." And I was like, "Yeah, you know God now." But that's the only year I really remember a drought where we were on the brink of like buying water. And when you buy water, it's not fresh water. It's actually well water. So you can't really drink it, but you can use it to get a bath, and it's not the same, But if you want fresh water, then you have to go to the place with the osmosis system, right? And you're going to pay more for that water than you do for well water. And some people have wells at their house. They drill a big hole in their yard, and they find the well, and they get the water, and then they hook up a pump to it, and they have a switch. So if you start to run out of fresh water, you can switch it over to well water. So that way you're not using your fresh water. And some people have their lines here with the well water flushing the toilets only. And they have the fresh water for the shower and to drink and to like wash dishes. I know somebody here, one of my clients, have the well water just hooked up to the flushing of the toilets. That's it. And I think they have it like for washing dishes, I think. I'm not positively sure, but I don't think so. I think it's just for the toilets, like for the bathrooms. And I think they have like a separate line just for the shower. But in order to do that, you have to have a lot of like, valves, switches, pumps. And these people are millionaires, so they had it done. I believe they told me that's what they did. And I was like, fuck, it must be nice. So people like that will never really run out of water. So I drink the water that comes out of my tank. I just filter it through the Brita filter thing, and it tastes perfectly fine. Nothing happens. My auntie, God rest her soul, when she found out that we had like our house was like that, where we drink our own water that comes through the tank, and it's rainwater, right? She goes, okay, I'm gonna try some. So she goes to the sink and she fills up the cup of water. She puts some ice in there and she starts drinking. She goes, oh my God, that tastes so good. It doesn't give no type of taste from the well like how we have back in Portugal. And I'm like, yeah, this is real fresh water. It's filtered too. It's filtered through our system, you know? So bang. Um, it came through and she started drinking the water every day. And we were laughing so much. We were like, my auntie, she's crazy. God rest her soul. She drank that water like it was nothing. And when my grandmother was living with my parents for a while, um, she uh, she was drinking the water too and said how nice the water was. My mom and dad's house, the water tastes like good there. Their tank is like decent. Here, it's okay, but I filter it as well. Hey Tanya, I'm good. How are you? Yeah, I got the ads on just for you. Yeah, but the whole system here is nice though. It's a good system. But everybody's tank is pretty much full because we've had so much rain and now it's rained again. So like our tank is like overflowing sometimes. Oh yeah, sure. No, I wish I would have caught the live earlier, but yesterday was a very hectic day, and not having power for 3 days got to me. And the generator, my next door neighbor's generator, made me go crazy, so I couldn't go live. And I just wanted to like shut all the windows and not listen to that shit. It was so fucking annoying. It's so it's so peaceful now. I don't hear no generators, no noise, no nothing. It's so nice. All I hear is the rain outside. Yeah, I'll be here off and on probably. It's only 8:20 here. The time went back an hour here, so it's kind of weird. It feels later than it already is. It feels like it's midnight already. What's for dinner, Joey? I had tuna casserole. Yeah, we move our clocks back an hour. Yeah. So right now it's 8:24. It originally will be 9:24, but and I hate it because at 6 o'clock today it was completely dark, and I'm like, great. It's so annoying. I hate this time of year because it's so dark so early, and I don't like that. Cause then like I like to be outside like until like 8 o'clock and still have light. Now it's totally opposite. But thank God it's only for a couple months. in March. March will be here before we know it. I don't really. The only thing I like about this time is, you gain an hour of sleep. That's the only thing that I like. Like you gain that hour. But I don't. I like more light in the evening. So when like at 8:30 at night when it's still daylight, I like that. Like it's just going like dark. Hey Marilyn, chicken with veggies sounds good. Yeah, next year will be here before we know it. Halloween's gone. It's already November 2nd, and it's gonna be Thanksgiving in the United States any day now. Then it's gonna be Christmas. You will see me with my green Christmas hat with the calendar thing on it, with the big cotton ball. Yeah, we have Remembrance Day on the 11th. Yeah, November 11th is next Tuesday, not this Tuesday, next Tuesday. That's kind of shitty. Because on the everybody has to go work on the 10th, and then the next day it's a holiday. Then you got to go work the next day. So next week is gonna be shitty. Uh, yeah, we have Remembrance. That's our next holiday is Remembrance Day. Because here in Bermuda we don't celebrate Thanksgiving. It's not our holiday. We don't really have a Thanksgiving here, but people here celebrate it. I do because I want to eat turkey and stuffing and gravy and mac and cheese and potatoes. All right, Lucky. You can't wait for January 1st. That's your favorite day of the year. January 1st just means that in a month after that, it'll be my birthday, February 6th. When January comes, I'm like, another year. What the hell is this year gonna bring? January 1st is only good because, you know, you got rid of the last year. Okay, cool. That sounds good, man. Well, usually January 1st, I come on here and I make predictions about what's gonna happen. Just my personal predictions about what's gonna happen for the year. That's what I do. This year, when January 1st came, a couple people said, "All right, Mark, what are you gonna predict for the year?" And I said, I predict that a lot of people are gonna get what's rightfully coming to them in a karma sense, and sure as shit that happened. And I said a lot of people are gonna get exposed for the stupid shit that they do, and that pretty much happened. So that was just my personal prediction of what I think that was gonna happen, and that happened more in the last few months during summertime than it did in the beginning of the year. It happened towards the last couple months. It actually happened where a lot of people I know got karma, a lot of people got exposed, a lot of people, bad shit happened to 'em. So it happened at towards the end of the year. But otherwise, that I would have never have thought that things were going to be the way it was overall, which sucks. But it's life. It happens. It happens. Heck? Okay, Joey, enjoy. Enjoy your chicken and veggies. Still raining. It's still raining. It's raining. It's pouring. I ain't gonna be snoring. Fuck that shit's loud. I turned the volume down and it's still loud as shit. I guess I'm on here too early. See, this is why I hate daylight saving time. Because I think it's late and it's not. It's only 8:30. And I ate dinner early too, so that's even worse. It's like, what am I? And all my teams played already, so I kind of like got nothing to do. I washed all my clothes and everything. I'm so happy everything's done. The power came back on. I just went to town. I went, did everything I needed. Yeah, the energy is good today too. It's a lot more relaxed. Yeah, we gained an hour. Yeah, that's why it feels so weird. It feels good though. I mean, I'm probably gonna sleep a lot better tonight, not listening to no fucking generator. It's like the best feeling in the world. I can go sleep right now, to be honest, but it's too early. I'm trying to fight it. Hey, Marley, how you doing? You getting live today, or you gonna be bullshit? I'm here too early. This time got me all fucked up. I know, and it's dark as shit. At 6 o'clock tonight here, It was so dark. I was like, oh god, oh, I hate this time of year. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I feel like I can go. Honestly, when I came live and I looked up at the clock and I was like, what? This can't be true. It seems like it's midnight already. Fuck, I want to go to sleep. It's only 8:36 here. It's freaking bullshit. Mind you, an hour ahead would be 9:36, which would be like more of my time. If everything feels out of whack. Still feels good, but just out of whack a bit. But it's all good. What can you do? Shit, it's even earlier where you are. Dang. I can go to sleep right now. I really could. I honestly can just close my eyes and go to sleep. I've had the last 3 nights have been a long goddamn nights. Hurricane bullshit, listening to generators all damn night, just like thinking about a lot of things, a lot of bullshit. I haven't had that great of a sleep the last couple nights. Yep. Well, it's definitely probably. I'm probably gonna sleep like crazy tonight. I know I probably am because I'm tired, but I know if I go sleep now, I'm gonna get more out of whack because it's gonna be too much. I hate going to bed too early. I don't like that. I like to go to bed right before midnight or just after midnight. Like it's 8:30. I can't go to bed no 8:30. Hell no. I feel like I'm like a little toddler or something. And nobody would let me sleep anyway. No, my luck, somebody will text me, call me, irritate me. I'll be like sleep right now. Mouth wide open, drool coming out. I'll be sleeping like crazy. Next thing you know, I'll be like, what the fuck? 10 o'clock? Who the fuck is this? Oh, you sleeping already, bro? Shit, man, I'm sorry. Hey, look, man, I'm fucking tired, bro. I ain't slept for the past 3 days. Damn hurricane and generators all goddamn day. I can still hear the generator in my brain. Oh, it's so nice not listening to that. Oh my god, it couldn't take another day. That'd drive me crazy. My neighbor, she's like, Miss Precious. She left. She came back today. I ain't seen her since the hurricane. Every time a hurricane comes, she goes to the hotel. She's like, last time we had a hurricane last year, she texted me. She's like, "Oh, Mark, it's me, your neighbor. Have you got power yet?" I'm like, "No." She goes, "Okay, I'm staying at the hotel. Fuck that." She goes, "Can you text me when the power comes on? Because my parents are away." I'm like, "Yeah, sure." So I texted like the next day sometime. And I was like, "Yeah, the power's back." Okay, great. Thanks. I'm like, must be nice. They say, "Yeah, fuck this shit. I'll come back when I get power. I'm going to the hotel." Must be nice. I wish. Yeah, I gotta stay here and clean everything and fix everything. Tomorrow I gotta clean the pool. It's disgusting. It's not like we're swimming in there, but it's too cold. But it's all full of leaves that there. They gotta vacuum it tomorrow. Always some bullshit to do. It's a never ending story. I gotta wash all these damn windows and walls, all this soap air. I gotta wash my car. But it's rained all day today, so it kind of washed everything away. Oh, no, you did. I'm banning your ass. Don't be putting up no fucking Christmas tree, you crazy woman. Fuck you doing that damn thing up. I ain't know you better stop your noise. You're fucking nuts. And that damn Christmas tree around me, fuck that shit. I'm putting my Christmas tree up Christmas Eve, and I'm taking it down on Boxing Day. Fuck that shit. I don't like Christmas like that. If I had a tree here, there wouldn't be nothing underneath it. It'd be dead as fuck. Ain't no presents going underneath there. Ain't nobody give me nothing. Fuck that Christmas tree. My sister wanted to do that shit too. I told her, you out of your damn mind, woman. Fuck that Christmas tree. I'm put that thing up. You're mental. I ain't gonna, yeah, you can put up your damn self. I ain't coming in here. I don't want to see no Christmas trees. It's too early for that shit. Put that shit on December 1st, not November 1st. Fuck that. Something wrong with you, woman. No, no. No, no Christmas trees. People are ordering their Christmas trees now. I saw it on Facebook. Order your Christmas tree now. Don't miss out. I'm like, you'll never get an order from me. Hell no. I ain't ordering no damn Christmas. I got a little small fake ass tree. I've had that bitch for like 5 years now. My sister gave it to me. And I'm like, I don't want this shit. She goes, yeah, take it. Come on, man. Be in the Christmas spirit. Come on. And I'm like, no, no. I ended up taking it because the kids put it up one time. They was like, come on, bro, put it up. I'm like, all right. Then last year I put it up with the lights and everything and had it in the background right here. I had the tree right here and I had the lights going around my hats like that. I had it there for about maybe 3 days. And I took that shit down. I was like, I don't want this shit here no more. Fuck Christmas. On that Christmas shit around here. Christmas is only good when you're a kid. Now it's like boring as shit. And all my nephews are older now, so it's not like we're buying them like really cool toys and shit. I ain't had that shit up for 3 days. I ain't no way in hell I'm having that shit all day. No, no. Just like my hat. I have a Christmas hat, right? And it has like the days of the like the first day of December and it goes all the way around to the 25th. And you have to keep on moving it like and adjusting it. And every day you're supposed like everybody's like every day you're supposed to come on, Mark, and wear that hat. December 1st. I said, no, no. You must be crazy. I ain't wearing this hat for 25 days. Hell no. I'm coming on here on the 23rd or the 24th. I'll rock the hat for a couple days and I'll switch the number over and that's it. When the 25th comes and when Christmas night's finished and Boxing Day is there, I ain't wearing that shit no more. Uh-uh. No, no. Uh-uh. I don't like Christmas like that. And this Christmas is gonna be like kind of weird because my dad's not here, so it's gonna be even worse. And then I gotta listen to my mom. Oh, your dad not gonna be here for Christmas. It's his favorite time of year. I'm like, oh, for fuck's sake. So now Christmas is gonna be even worse now. I gotta listen to that. So meanwhile, my dad will be right there in spirit, but nobody knows but me. Meanwhile, he'll be by the Christmas tree telling me, look, just shut up and just act like you like Christmas. I'm like, fuck, man. Shit. All right. I'll do it for you. Oh, Lord. Marley said I put up my Christmas tree on November 2nd. Hell no. No, no. And I'm not even going to tell anybody that shit. And then they're going to be like, that sounds good. I'm not the only crazy one. Cool. There'll be two of us. Me and that crazy woman Marley you told me about. I'll put my tree up now. I ain't telling nobody. I ain't encouraging nobody to do that shit. And my sister, she's got a fake tree. She ain't got a real tree, so and the tree is right in the garage, wrapped up. I'm ready. I'm gonna put that thing in back of my van and go hide it somewhere. Hell no. Yeah, everybody's got fake trees now because the real trees are a pain in the ass to deal with, right? But if I ever get a tree, it's a real tree. I can't have no fake shit. I have a fake small tree, but it don't even look like a damn tree. It's a piece of shit. I have to have a real tree. I gotta smell that tree and have it look good. Hey, Gypsy Fire, how you doing? Thanks, I appreciate it. Yeah, my sister got a big fake Christmas tree. It's huge. It's like it comes in three parts, and it's like almost 7 feet tall. And like we have to get on like a chair to put the damn star on top of it and all that shit. And I'm like, put that star thing on there first and then put it up there. Oh yeah, duh. I'm like, yeah, you gotta connect it anyway, so you might as well put it on now. So you gotta go up there and reach for it. And it's already got the lights already on it and everything. All you gotta do is decorate it. Like it comes in like three parts and you just attach it all together and the lights are all intertwined with it and everything. I'm like, how the hell you get this thing? When I see her unwrapping that thing and putting it inside, I'm gonna be, oh Lord, help me. I really don't want to see that. Mine's in my closet. And every time I go in my closet, I see it there. The other day, I opened up my closet to get something, and I saw the Christmas tree there on the ground, and I was like, "Yeah, you fucker, you're gonna be here in another month, another month and a half. I'm gonna come get you for a couple days." I'm like, "Damn it." Christmas is just means you're gonna spend a whole pile of money. And leading up to Christmas, all you're gonna see all day, Black Friday sales. Get this for Christmas. Christmas this, Christmas that. And Christmas time you gain like 10 pounds if you're lucky. If not, you're gonna gain 20. That's why I don't like Christmas time. Too much baked goods, too much cookies and shit. Then they bring out those Belgium chocolate cookies. They already got them out already. Last week they had them together with the I love those things too. I buy a box of those chocolate Belgium cookies. Those things are like the best cookies in the world. And I saw them there on the counter yesterday, and I'm like, I looked at them and I said, not today, Satan. You're not gonna get me to buy that shit today. It's too early for that shit. 'Cause if I eat that shit now and I eat it again next month, I'm gonna gain 10 pounds. That's not gonna happen. I can't eat that shit now. Hell no. I better go on a treadmill and eat the cookie at the same time. Those things are so good, but you eat like a couple of them, that's a recipe for diabetes. No, no diabetes. But yeah, they got Christmas shit out already. They got Christmas shit. They got this year that at this place I go to, they had the Halloween candy and the Christmas shit at the same time. And I'm like, oh hell no. No, no. They say, I'm getting far away from this aisle. See, you bought the peppermint bark already. Yeah, naughty. You want Christmas come already. You better hold on, woman. It ain't even your damn birthday yet. Enjoy your birthday first, then you enjoy. You're already celebrating Christmas and you ain't even had your birthday yet. Damn woman. No, but all jokes aside, I used to love Christmas, but I don't really love Christmas anymore. I know you're gonna be tired. You're gonna be tired of Christmas already. You're gonna take down that damn tree the next day. You'll be like, all right, I'm at this bitch up for like since November. I don't know. I just can't. I used to love Christmas for one reason. To see all my nephews with their presents. That shit used to make my heart melt. because we gave them things that we wish we would have had at their ages, right? Like the best thing I ever got for Christmas that I can remember is like a tricycle or something. One year I got a tricycle and I was like probably like 4 years old or something like that. My dad got a tricycle, and I had to share it with my sister. He goes, "I bought this, but you gotta share it with your sister." I'm like, "This bitch ain't riding my tricycle. I don't run this shit. You gotta catch me first." And then it had like the thing you used to stand on in the back, so she used to stand up and hold my shoulders, and I'll be riding it. Mm. So it technically it was for both of us. We was pretty good. Emily loves it, but Gage don't. Yeah, that's why I like Gage. He doesn't. He likes it. He doesn't like the things I like. Yeah, I'm like I don't care about Christmas anymore. I used to love Christmas, but not anymore, because the kids are all growing up now, so I don't really care for it too much. And I've never really gotten a lot of gifts for Christmas. The best Christmas I ever got gifts was probably the second year I was on here. So I would say 4 years ago, a lot of people on here gave me Christmas gifts, and I honestly I actually cried to myself because I was so overwhelmed with gifts I couldn't believe it. Because I was on here telling everybody that I can't stand Christmas and I don't really get no gifts. So all these people on here sent me gifts, and I shed a few tears. I'm like, shit, I've never had so much Christmas gifts in my life, and I'm in my 40s. So everybody blessed me with like Christmas gifts that year. It was pretty cool. I got a lot of nice things. Oh yeah, don't encourage them though, cause then that means grandma is gonna be that means all the grannies have to come together and deal with their babies like my mom did. My mom had to take care of all four of us and then took care of all six of her grandchildren. My mom's taking care of 10 kids. Yeah, I'll be a great uncle. Shit. They call me Unc now. What's up, Unc? I'm like, you better stop that shit. Good boy, Dan. You're a good Leo. Take care of Aquarius mama. See, Aquarius women got you trained. See, she got you saying, Dan, go do the dishes, help cook supper, or else I'll kick your ass. Yes, mama. You made vegetable soup? Oh, nice. I like vegetable soup. I don't really like soup too much, but I like vegetable soup. Chicken noodle soup. My mom makes some soup sometimes. Tastes pretty good. I'm not really a soup fan. Mama's boy too. See that? Don't worry. My mama loves me. I'm her favorite. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. That's what my mom did. She made soup on the night of the hurricane. She made soup and she ate soup for the next 2 days. And I said, good idea, mom. All you gotta do is heat it up and eat it. She goes, yep. And I got bread and cheese. I'm fine. I don't need nothing. And she got her power back the next day. She was the first one to get power. And I was like, thank you, Jesus. Because if she didn't have power, I have to listen to her mouth every day. Oh, what am I going to do in this house? I have no power. I'd have been like, oh, for fuck's sake. So I'm glad she got power before me. Thank God. When she called me and said I have power, I said, thank you, Jesus. You just blessed my life. Hey, Maria, how you doing? Yeah, no problem. It's all good. Things change, you know. Either that or crackers, Dan. That's what I do. I get this like mini crackers and I crunch them up and put them in the soup the next day. So it tastes different. Give it a little something different, you know? That's what I do. I can't remember what they're called. They're like these little circle, little small cracker thingies. People usually put them in like chowder and stuff. Sometimes they have them in a little bag at the restaurants. I can't remember what the hell you call them things. I call them little crackers, but I know they got a certain name to them. One time we bought a box of them things and we used to put them in our chowder and our soup. Can't even remember for the life of me what it is called, but anyway. Maybe they are called small crackers. I don't know. All right, Maria, you said you want another journal for November. Yeah, I like bread and crackers, but not to eat like every day, you know? Yeah, exactly. We both want, yeah. Cheese, yeah. Cheese is good too. I eat cheese and everything pretty much. I love cheese. Maria, what I'm getting here is a lot of the focus is on you. You show up here as the Empress, so it looks like your life is gonna have more progress and more things. Um, like you'll be taking a lot more action with your own life, working on yourself. Um, you being motivated to be more than what you are. You might get into like this groove for like a couple days where you're like, you know what, I'm gonna work on myself. Um, I want to be happier. I want to do this. I want to do that. Just working on yourself and just being like the best type of woman you can be. Like if you're a sister, then you can be a really good sister. If you're a mother, you can be a really good mother. If you take care of your mother or you're a good daughter, then that's going to be like a focus as well. Being a good girlfriend or wife, whatever. You're going to be like the best woman version of yourself this month. At least you're going to try to be, right? Because the Empress to me is a woman that tries to create, a better life for herself. So it's all about like you. Yeah, so that's the Empress energy in my opinion. Some readers will say, "Oh, you're gonna get pregnant." Meanwhile, ain't nobody getting no D. So I never use that as that card, but whatever. Um, but if you want to get pregnant, then you know what you got to do. It's not rocket science. But I doubt that's the case. Anyway, um, I see a lot of activity, a lot of like mental, like thinking, feeling. You trying to get things, you know, to a place where you can mentally be stable, knowing that you have all these things you need to do and mentally create things in your mind and say, hey, look, I need to temporarily take a break here. I'm not feeling this right now. I got to think about how the hell I'm going to do this, how I'm going to plan this, how I'm going to do that, and how I'm going to do that. So mentally, you're going to be thinking a lot, right? This also means like you might be resting, recovering, trying to like stay away from certain situations so you don't have to think about it anymore, discontinuing things and stuff like that. Now, that's the good thing. Now, the only bad thing I see here is you might be dealing with an asshole type of guy, King of Wands reversed. This is someone who is like aggravates you or like exaggerates his ideas and says, "Oh yeah, Maria, I got this and I got that." Meanwhile, they ain't got shit. They just be talking to hear themselves. So this person is going to be somewhat excessive, deliberately trying to annoy you, talk to you, trying to be an ass, like, just say certain things to aggravate you. But the best decision you can make with this person is to ignore them, ignore any opportunity, act like you don't even know they exist, hesitation, like, you might hesitate to say something back, but it's a good thing you don't. You might be indecisive thinking about them, saying, what should I do with this person? Like, should I like go off them or just ignore them? So, like my mom always says, ignore ignorance. That's the best way. And if you like don't proceed towards them, then no answer is an answer, like I always say, right? So, no action deserves a reaction. So that's pretty much like what I see here is you working on yourself, you keeping to yourself, you being secluded from the rest, spending time with yourself, working on what you need to do, planning your life, and staying away from this idiot here I see in the cards, this guy, and just ignoring the opportunity to, like, lash out or get revenge or to even entertain someone's stupidity. So if you feel like you're hesitating or you feel like diligent about doing things, then like that's if you feel that way, then that's the answer. You know what I mean? So if you got like a hesitation feeling, that spirit saying, "Hey, you're hesitating. Remember, don't do it. Just don't get yourself in that. Like you got to catch yourself in the moment and realize that by doing that, you're just giving away your energy. So if you ignore it and ignore the opportunity to give away your energy, then you'll be better off. You'll remain the empress, like you remain the the person that you should be. See, so because you're the empress and because you're like a woman that is, looked at, in a jealous way by others, or like a person that they want to break your character, make you want to not be the emperor. See, because you come across probably to some people as someone who doesn't want no problems and just wants to stick to themselves. So they want to poke you and try to get you to not be the empress and be like, someone who like breaks character and makes them prove their point about you, when really it's just them getting you to the point of going off. So yeah, just stay in that empress energy, which is female progress. You progressing into yourself, putting time in yourself and not worrying about what anybody else says. So nothing to really worry about, just typical asshole type of guy aggravating you, and you just being your merry old self. And so just be Maria. Simple. Yeah, that's good. I'm glad it was accurate and it makes sense. That's what spirit does. They make sure that you get the answers so you don't fuck around. Because sometimes when we're at our best point for when our personal life is at its best or close to it, people don't want to see you like be in that energy. But if you honestly, like, for instance, I'll give you an example. And a lot of people like myself that have multi talents and you want to do the things you love, but you in the back of your mind you say, you know what? I know the type of person I am. I'm humble and I don't show off and I don't want to entertain jealousy or envy, so I'm gonna stay out of the limelight. But at the same time, why am I holding myself back from being who I really want to be because of some little peanut gallery comments or some assholes that I know that are gonna irritate me? But if you like give them more to hate on, they're gonna hate you less because they know they can't affect you. So when I do certain things now, I'm like, I don't fucking care what you think. I'm gonna make you even more mad and tell you about my success. and tell you about everything that I do, because I want you to know that even though you're trying to poke me, you won't get me, because I'm over what you think. You see? So you're welcome, Maria. So that's what we have to keep on focusing on and understanding that if we do that, we're unstoppable and there's nothing you can do about it. And I hesitated a lot from going back into DJing. And ever since I've been DJing now, right? Ever since I've been DJing again, I'm more happier now than I've ever been. And like when my dad passed, like I was like really loving like the DJ stuff, and then I got heartbroken by him, passing away. And I kind of was like, I was gonna say, yeah, I'm giving up. I ain't fuck DJing shit again. This is trying to tell me something. Then I said, no, no, this happened for a reason, because my dad was like not a fan of my DJing career, right? So, and I had already started doing it before he passed away, right? Like recently. And then when he did pass away, like I said to myself, I'm not going to stop my life because he's not here physically to like, you know, say, oh, why are you doing that again? Fucking DJ and shit, whatever. But now in spirit, he can actually sit off and enjoy the music if he wants to. And if he doesn't, he can be like, fuck this mumble jumble shit. I ain't listening to this. I'm going somewhere else. So it's like, and I know that I'm really, like, I really enjoy doing it. And getting back into it has like re energized my energy. It makes me want to sing again. It makes me want to play music again. And I got blessed with all these contacts to get music from, and it's like it's all falling back into my lap again. you know it's like an old hobby, but it's become a new hobby, reincarnated. And then I always think about the astrology part where Pluto is in Aquarius. And what did astrology say about that? It said that if you're in Aquarius, Pluto is going to change your life for the next 20 years. So now that Pluto is in my sign for the past, couple months, it's changing my life. Literally, it's changing my life. This year has been like a year that I would have never predicted what I was going to do, because I can't. I can predict your life, but not mine, you know? But Spirit had all these plans put in place for me. So that's why, like, I'm talking about this, because if you stay to your true self and let things just go and do what you want to do, you'd be surprised how your life changes. Like, I don't fight it anymore. I just do it. Give me a sec. Yeah, exactly. Not feeding into the bullshit is the main thing. But we get blindsided by things. That's the problem. You know, um, that's the situation. Oh, shit. Blah, 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 blah. There's still like a couple hundred people with no electricity. Oh, actually, it's only 100. Actually, no, that's not right. That was 3 hours ago. Yeah, Maria, it is. Just like those guys from Missouri that were here today helping out the linesmen. They were saying how what a beautiful island we have and how Missouri is so cold right now, and they're like, we're so grateful to be here. It's November. It's like 72 degrees here. I'm like, yeah, I don't get cold here. We don't see snow. And the lowest it ever gets here is like 50, 40s if we're lucky. And I mean lucky because I love the cold. When it gets cold here, it's so nice. Bermuda's a beautiful place, but not when you have hurricanes. It's like, what the hell did I just witness? You kind of doubt where you want to live. But you know what? At the end of the day, it only happens every now and then. It's not like every year we get hit or we get a close, call. And this year we got all close calls. We didn't really get hit dead on, thank God. But we got a lot of close calls and we got a lot of, tree damage and things like that. Everybody loses electricity. It's annoying, but we could be like Jamaica and got completely fucked up, which I'm so glad we didn't. Because that hurricane that hit Jamaica came here and did damage here. And when it came here, it was 100 mile an hour. But thank God it was 100 miles away, so we didn't get impacted 100%. Because if it did hit us dead on, you know, I might not be here talking to you. I'll be without internet, without electricity, and it would have been a lot worse. So, which has happened in the past. So we got very very lucky this year, but otherwise, that Bermuda is a beautiful place, and I love living here, and I'll never change it for anything. I would rather live here than anywhere else in the world, and I love my country, and I'll stay here as long as I can, or if anything happens, obviously, hopefully not. But I would never want to live somewhere else, to be honest. I love living here. Just the only downfall is hurricane bullshit. But otherwise that it's not like it's a big deal. Like, if it was threatening my life, then obviously I'd feel different, right? But we're very protected here, so we just have to deal with the bullshit and the annoyance. But otherwise that is cool. I hope you guys all get to visit here one day. I would really love that. If you guys ever decide to visit, I'm more than happy to help you, sort yourselves out when you come here and make time to hang out with you guys for sure. Maybe one day. What you barking at? Okay, Maria, take care. Have fun with your boys. What are you barking at? Huh? You barking at the door? Who's at the door? Huh? Nobody's there unless you see spirit. Oh yeah? All that? She's looking at the door and barking. Who's there? I don't see nobody. Damn dog probably see a spirit somewhere. I have to take her outside anyway. I've been on here for like 2 hours. I might come back like in about an hour or so. Or if Marley get there live, I'll see you in your live. But I'm gonna take a break and I'll be back in a little while. She's already at the door. She probably wants to go pee. I'll be back later.